You're good.
Alright, hi guys, and welcome to another episode of The Art of War +1+1. I'm Liam Spronken. I'm here with Calum Rogers today. We're going to be playing the Prism vs Katsu matchup.
Yep, it's definitely an interesting one. Changes a lot depending on what the Prism's plan is, especially with the weapon. It's kind of like the biggest giveaway.
Yeah, so this is our sideboard plans. So I'm taking out my Halo of Illumination because I want Skullcap. You definitely want to be blocking this Katsu. That's the biggest thing. Nullrune is only there for Chain and Kano. And Kano I don't think it's a matchup you need to worry about with this deck. Just pressure them way too much.
Yeah.
And Spectral's a very, very good versus Kano. And then one Genesis, because Auras are not very strong versus the Kadachi plan. And then we're taking out Pummels, because they don't block as well, and I feel like I'm going to be playing more defensively. 3 Arclight Sentinels. It costs too many cards in this deck to be worth playing. Your opponent just arsenals another card and then comes back at you with another big turn. Like you can't play Sentinel and keep the pressure on.
Yeah, so like the plan with Sentinel for people like, I play a Plunder Run from Arsenal and you drop a Sentinel and I either have Time Snap out and I don't mind, or I don't have Time Snap out and I go, great, I got 2 cards from hand with 1 Plunder Run and I played nothing else. I Arsenal again.
And that's if I have 2 blues, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, especially with the Luminaris builds, which this one is, and where there's a lot of yellows, it's like likely there's 3 cards gone.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything. Now I've got Ode to Wrath because Auras get destroyed too easily, same reason I'm taking out the Genesis. And then Tome of Divinity doesn't block, so I don't want to be stuck in a position where I'm forced to keep a full card hand, take 20 damage from Ninja just to play a Tome.
Yeah. So my sideboard, I've got taking out my Nullrune plan. These are for Wizard, which we do have here in Dunedin, or we have 1 in constructed. And then I'm taking out all my defense reactions. I'm not sure how this will go exactly yet, because I haven't played a lot into this aggro version of Prism with Luminaris, but I think the idea is that the deck to function for the Prism needs a lot of cards in hand, so I'd rather be trying to strip cards from hand as much as possible
Then using yours to block.
Yeah, because if the Prism's got 2 cards in hand and it's not an erudition, they're not really threatening that much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of happy with that. So we'll see how that goes. I've just got 2 Philosophists out. These are usually a package with the extra ones. The extra 2 are a package with my Flick Flax. And for matchups like Warrior, or where I'm running the Flick Flax, I need the combo defense, and it's still 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
Does what I want.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So what are you actually playing in the matchup? What equipment?
What equipment?
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be a big surprise to everyone out there.
I'm sure it changes a lot.
Yeah. I'll be playing the Katsu equipment that they've been playing since Welcome to Wraith, and we
Yeah.
aggro Katsus have not changed, apart from Jordan in charity event playing Stubby Hammers.
What a madman.
Look quite cool. But yeah, big surprise. We've got Mask, Tunic, Breaking Scales, and Snapdragon Scalers.
Yep. And I'm on Skullcap, Vestige, Footsteps, and Dreamweavers. And I feel like I should make room in the list for Goliath Gauntlet in the place of the Dreamweavers. Matchups like this, we're not expecting 6 attacks, and you just want your impactful cards to actually go through. And then another consideration is Heart and Cross Trap. Not quite sure what matchups I've played in yet, but it seems quite strong some of the time.
Yeah.
So you want to roll off?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You choose.
Alright, I'll choose to go second.
Sounds reasonable to me. Alright, let's just go turn 1 library.
Yeah, it's just not have turn 1 library or draw erudition, and I'll be happy chappy.
Well, let's start with a Tenacity, Dominated, which is one of the better starts I could have here.
Yeah, sure. We'll just be blocking 3 here.
Yep. So this will go to my soul.
1, 2.
And I'm just going to ask you.
Alright. Checking up Tunic, drawing back up. Alrighty. And Kadachi for 1.
You take 1.
Then going to Surging Strike for 5. We'll go again.
That seems fairly strong. And we're going to sink.
Yep. Just thinking about...
no, I'm not going to sink.
Not going to sink?
No.
I'm just thinking about the cards that I have in hand. Whether it's worth...
So I was thinking about sinking the second sink below.
Yep.
But then then if he gets natural Whelming Gust Wave, it's very, very hard for me to block. So
Yeah.
I think I need to keep the 4 block.
I think with my hand here, actually, I'm just going to have to Arsenal.
Sure.
Pass back to you.
Just going to come in with the protection for 7. This is one of the best heroes in the deck, making a Spectral Shield on hit.
For sure. Now I've just got to think how much I care about the on hit here. What am I doing on my turn? So I'm not able currently to really swing back that much if I full block it. So I'm just thinking if I can threaten a bit more on your turn. Which I think is what I'm going to try and do here. So I think I'm just going to be taking 7.
Yep, so this will go into my soul and I'll make a Spectral.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come up with the Spectral for 1.
And we'll just take 1 here.
And then I'll not cut. The Spectral's not long for this world. It's just going to get Kadachi out of the game.
Yeah.
But at least it does make Mask a chain link later.
Take out Tunic to 2. Kadachi for 1.
Yep.
Eat up that Spectral Shield.
Yeah.
Two floating. I'm going to be playing Art of War here actually to filter.
Okay.
Just picking Banishment +1/+1.
Yep, the usual for Katsu.
Actually, is it +1/+1?
If you just like to draw into the Whelming and...
Either... I think it probably is still.
Yep.
Give him my hand. Yep. So now down to 1. And Dachi for 1 here.
Yeah, we'll take the 1 there.
Some cards. Rising Thrust for 4.
That's interesting. So that's presenting a Razor fairly heavily into maybe Blackout Kick. Actually, Hurricane Technique's probably the one here, seeing as how Calum's still holding 3 cards. Could be either, but Hurricane Technique's definitely scarier. It comes in for 5 originally.
Hurricane Technique comes in for 5 originally, yes.
It does seem good. I think we're just going to block 4 here. And we're not going to sink.
Alrighty, so I've got to think now. Actually, might ask you this. Do you think Razor's a better line here with pitching the Art of War, or do you think I go Breaking Scales, Snapdragon for the... Oh, I still got to pitch the Art of War anyways, actually.
Yeah, so you Razor, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm Razoring here.
Yeah.
This is a different card, so I am...
Yeah, so I'm taking the 3 off that.
Yeah.
Which I expected was happening.
Yeah, so that gets go again. I'll then trigger Katsu.
Mhm.
I have one floating. I actually blocked with Hurricane Technique turn 1. So are we getting...
And you're just running the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one Hurricane Technique, one Blackout Kick. So are we getting the Blackout
I guess you don't have the Razors to really push Hurricane Technique here.
Yeah.
In one
anyways.
short. Yeah.
Which is a bit unfortunate. It's just last turn I don't really have effective ways to block out, and I may as well try and get...
So it's interesting, I could block 7 here.
Yeah.
And make use the Breaking Scales.
I think I'm happy if you block 7 here, because I
Yeah.
just get to Arsenal the Art of War Riot.
Yeah, that's true. So unfortunately for me here, I'm going to have to give over a mask draw.
Yeah.
Because this
So I still get
it's Blackout Kick for 8. 8 is
8 off
threatening
Art of
mask.
War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to block
Razor.
3 and take 5.
Yeah, and I will get my mask trigger for my Arsenal.
Yeah. And we just have to hope it's a blue.
Yeah, we show.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to pitch a yellow. And we're going to come in with Hero of Tenacity Dominated.
So this card has no really relevant on-hit effect.
Nah.
And I actually do want to be taking this damage here, actually. So we'll be just taking 5.
Yeah, and now I'll just play my potion.
Yep. So Tunic takes up to 3.
Drop cards.
Kodachi for 1.
Take 1.
Kodachi for 1.
No, I think I want to stop this. Feels bad using Vestige this early. But I think I have to just not let Mask go off here.
Scarf for 4th, go again.
Yeah. Yep. I just make Calum decide to Katsu as early as possible. Just without knowing the rest of my hand.
You've still got 4 cards in hand, right?
Mhm.
So he really wants to hold on to this hand because he's blocked the second Dachi here with equipment and not a card from hand. So I think we'll still in the reaction step, actually. Just thinking that if I want to do this. Out of War and +1/+1 and banish. Drawing 2.
Yep.
Banishing.
So I'll take 1 more.
Yep.
And then you can't see trigger.
I do indeed.
Oh, so you had another Art of War off that mask draw.
Yeah. So I had all 3.
Yeah.
So I had the Art of War, the Master. I'm like, oh man, I'm good at this game.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
That's on top. Yeah.
Let's not do that.
That's right. You're probably shuffling here anyway, right?
Yeah. I'm just thinking what.
I guess you could pass on it.
I'm
If your hand doesn't do anything
for.
interesting.
It doesn't do anything super interesting as of now. Snatch for 5.
Oh, that's gross.
Thinking maybe that one of them was in hand, so I'm thinking maybe I go again on the Art of War, but I'm not sure.
Right.
But I
So
do
with 2
have
cards and no resource, I'm not too worried about Razor here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to block 6, and we'll just prevent the draw. And he
Yeah.
can Razor if he wants, and then come in with another attack, but...
So I'm actually super fine with this. And I will just be arsenaling, passing back. I get 2 cards out of hand, and equipment is Vestige.
Yep. But no, there's no Art of War to worry about for a
Yeah,
bit. So Plunder Run is the
exactly.
scariest card for me in the game at the
Yeah.
moment. We're just going to Command and Conquer. Which is always an awkward one for Katsu to think about blocking.
Yeah. Always has been. I think I'm happy blocking 6 here, though.
Sounds good.
Kadachi for 1.
Take the 1. So
Kadachi
you
for
got
1.
2 cards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna block here.
Okay with that. Torrent for 5. If the hit scans go again.
No resource.
5. And then Snatch for 4.
Yep.
Draw off Snatch. We get an Arsenal. I'm feeling an Erudition.
Yeah, and this is why I want Goliath Gauntlets for the matchup.
Yeah.
Because it would make a very big difference here. In which case I should probably Dreamweavers anyway. I think it's unlikely that he has any 6s, but
Yeah.
you're not getting better. It's just an oversight on deck building on my part, I think, not to have them for this matchup.
Yeah. This is definitely something that I got to consider if I want stuff like Flick Flack. Maybe even in my sideboard, right?
Yeah.
And I have Breaking Scales, Flick Flack to turn this off. So I just got to think about if I'm minimizing damage. This turn. I'm not really doing much next turn. I mean, it's getting through anyways, and there might be a slightly more relevant on hit, like Herald of Protection, that I might want to stop later on. So I think I'm just going to take this 5 here.
So I'll draw my 2.
Yep.
That's certainly a hand. Has some cards in it.
Yep.
So this goes to my soul. Oh no, this one doesn't, does it? Oh no, it does. Yeah. When you draw 2. Celestial Cataclysm for 7.
Now that's some damage.
Yeah.
So William's on 14 here. Is this a hand that I can threaten lethal with or no?
Unfortunately lost my Vestige, otherwise this hand is very sweet, but not quite.
Check my graveyard. Feels bad kind of having to...
In Katsu I find it's more about any other deck than knowing what's in your deck.
Yeah.
I picked up Calum's deck to play 1 Armory, and I was like, I can't play this, I don't know how to sequence any of my hands. And it's like, sure, it seems easy, you go like, pitch a blue, Kadachi, play something. But a lot of the time it's not that straightforward at all.
7. 2 cards in hand. I think it's still 7 again. There's no relevant on hit. I'm going slightly
Fortune?
Alright, here I'm happy. Mitigating some damage. Scott go again, correct?
Yep.
How many resource floating?
2.
2 floating.
Yep, so if I have my Vestige still, I can pitch this, come in with 1 Herald of Protection and still have 2.
Oh. This is quite interesting, actually. I'm gonna go to 9. I'm just thinking if it's worth, like, just mitigating some damage, right, and having a slightly worse turn, but...
Yeah. It's also hard with 1 unknown on hit coming.
Yeah, it's hard with an unknown, and, of course, if I'm
Imagine
having a
it was another
slight off
Erudition.
turn, you're on 14, and if I'm not threatening that much damage, like, you don't really care that much. You'll actually just strip cards next turn.
Mm-hmm.
It has to go again, so I think I'm taking 5 here.
Yep.
I was considering the breaking scales,
And
but
then Protection Red,
in
which is
case
the
there is
best
an
possible.
on-hit.
Well,
Yeah.
second best possible. Another Erudition would really put the pressure on.
yeah. So here is the relevant on hit. It feels really bad doing this. Looking at that mask.
Yeah.
Do I need mask? Is it getting through?
Now, it feels bad to block with Mask here, because then you just feel like you should have thrown it away on the Erudition.
Yeah, exactly.
But doubling down on a mistake is never the right
Never
decision. Yeah.
I just got
It doesn't make it right to block with it here, but like
yeah,
feeling like you have to double down is
exactly.
not a place you should leave yourself.
I'm just thinking you have no equipment. You at least have to. Oh, you got potion up.
Yeah.
So you do have a way to stop the second Darchi, if you really want to. So I think.
I mean, either way, this is like a card in hand, right?
Yeah, it's
just
either
your
way,
pitch
it's a
card.
card in hand, right? So I think I actually do need. I don't think the mask is relevant here. I still think I'm threatening quite a bit of damage.
This is 7, just remember.
Yeah, so I will be. Oh, it does too.
Yeah. That's why it's so awkward.
Maybe Tunic is going in as well then.
It could potentially be late enough that Tunic's not going to be relevant again.
Yeah. We'll
You
just
might get
try
one more
this.
counter out of it.
Yeah,
But
we'll just try this.
Yep.
There you go.
cool. All right. Keeping that hand on that bigger turn is pretty scary.
Yep. So I'm going to start with a Scarf for 4 with Go again.
Yeah. Scar so often is just free 4 damage.
Yep.
And it's so hard to block when you don't know anything about the rest of your hand.
So this is what feels bad. Katsu triggers on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're on 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only way for me to threaten a lot of stuff is I unfortunately had to discard another Ancestral here.
Oh, yeah.
But I will be triggering up Mugenshi Release.
That's scary.
Yeah.
At least with the second Ancestral, it's like
Yes.
unlikely you've got another one.
Yeah.
And 2 raises down.
Like Ancestral and Breaking Scales makes Release really scary, right? You get it to 7 on 2 card
so
block.
gross.
But you're on 10 life. And
Do you see Calum win the finals of the card merchant charity event with back-to-back whelming Mugenshi turns?
yeah, that was nuts. And the Art of War, and he draws the E-Strike off it, really just sold
Yeah.
the wound, already has lethal with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what, E-Strike will do the job. Alrighty. So there's no chain link here for me to actually worry about since Mask is gone.
It's just the whelming, right?
So it's just,
That's the only one you
yeah.
care about.
it's just
That really sucks. I really did not want to see a Kadachi attack there.
oh yeah. Another Kadachi attack.
Well, at least I know it's probably whelming Mugenshi.
Yep.
So I take 2 here. Oh, sorry, 1.
One
It's
on
not
here.
Ira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got out.
And then no mask means...
There's no card draw here happening here.
Yep.
I think since this is basically never getting through, right? I think I'm just
Yeah, I don't think there's any 2 blocks you worry about out of...
yeah. So I think since this goes to 5, I can only get to 6. I think I'm Breaking Scales.
So you just push the extra damage
for
here?
extra damage and Snapdragons will go again.
Yeah.
With the last resource. Threatening 4 damage with the on-hit trigger.
5 damage.
5 damage, yeah.
Yeah. That just means I want to save my highest impact card. Which is probably just the biggest Herald.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you blocked out last turn, so I can't keep a Cataclysm combo.
Which would have been very nice.
Because if I can keep a Cataclysm and a Herald, I
Yeah.
can pop the potion for the Herald after
Exactly.
Cataclysm.
And the Herald likely gets through. You get
Yeah.
the soul. Cataclysm goes off.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, let's see if your hand's good enough. I do love it when energy gets down to 0 equipment. It's
Yeah.
very satisfying to look at.
There it is.
So we're going to come in for 7.
So I will be having to block with a card from hand here. Which is somewhat unfortunate because Liam can, if it hits, go into soul, he can pop energy potion if he wants here.
Mm.
And that is
I can do that
threatening
either way,
lethal.
but
Yeah, I think it just either way.
yeah, I think if you take it all, then I have to do it. Hmm. Yeah, it's close.
You're on 4.
So if you know you're blocking 1 card, it should just be on this, right?
Yeah.
And just prevent the most damage.
think that... Currently thinking if taking 1 extra damage is worth me dealing 3 extra damage to you.
You can show your hand if you want. We can talk
Which
through.
I think.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
So what's the consideration? It's like blocking with one of these two?
Yeah, the consideration is I'm blocking with one of these two, in which case the turn then becomes, if I'm blocking with this, Dachi, leg, it's probably just Dachi, E-strike for 7 actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way.
So in which case you should probably just block
Yeah, I
with
think
the,
it's just
the
E-strike,
3.
yeah.
Because there's no line in which League Tap does as much, right?
It does as much, right? It's just wondering if you're like... It's still forcing a block though, and leg tap. If I keep leg tap, it's like, oh, if you don't block it, I get to my Katsu trigger.
Yeah,
5
you get
extra
to Arsenal and
damage.
E-strike. I think the
The Arsenal.
3 damage is probably worth it at this point to just go for the E-strike line.
You just go for the E-strike line? Yep.
Seems a bit better than potentially leaving me with one hand if... Because I can still block with Skullcat. Oh, actually, it will be turned off by that point.
Yeah,
So.
Skullcat will be turned off.
Mm.
But you can break. Oh, you'll be breaking... Like,
Actually, no, Skullcat will be alive because you'll be taking 5 going to 3.
oh, yeah.
And then I'll take 2 Darchies first anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I think we're just blocking. 3.
Actually, in which case you pitch Lord of Wind and just lead on League Tap.
And just lead leg tap.
It's close. It could be either line, right?
Yeah. So I think I'm definitely blocking with an E-strike.
I actually really like that line now.
Leading with
think.
leg tap.
Yeah. Because you go League Tap while you're on on
Lower
lower
life.
life. Or on the same life, rather.
Yeah, exactly. And I get either a card
Yeah.
out of hand.
Probably 2 cards out of hand on that
Oh,
block.
well, it just depends that you're making Spectral Shield this turn, right? It just depends if that's
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
true.
doing this turn.
I know, this
Yeah.
is like the hard decisions Ninja has to make a lot of the time.
Yeah. So,
So
just
you're
blocking
taking
3.
5? Oh, 4, sorry.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
I really don't... I think this is worth... Because it might let me play a 3-card hand next...
Yeah.
Sorry, a 1-card hand next turn. So I can block 3
Yeah.
and still play Herald and get cards out of your hand. So I think I have to leave that there.
Yeah. So I think the line is what we said before, where it is just leading leg tap for 4 here. There's no mask for me to worry about the combat chain here. With Dachi, the only thing I'm threatening now is Katsu.
Yep. Blocking 5.
Yep. And it is Dachi.
Yeah.
Dachi.
Take 1.
Arsenal.
Yeah. My hand's not very good here, I don't think, but... We're Herald of Ravages.
5.
Notably, blocking 2 does kill you here from the 1 ping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And blocking 3 makes the Spectral lethal.
Yeah, exactly. If there's any other 5 Herald, there's actually an interesting line here where I go to
Yeah.
where I go to 1 and turn off Skullcap again.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is
The
happening.
amount of times that it comes up with Ravages is surprisingly high.
It's just the 2 cards.
Block 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blocking 5.
I'm keeping my potion for the same reason as I did last turn.
Yeah, exactly. Dachi. Dachi.
So this one gets the Skull Cap.
Yeah. And we're just going to 7 here.
Well, that's the line.
Which is 2 cards. Oh, that is very nice. Actually, that's not.
That's
2
very
cards.
nice for me,
Ah,
yeah.
that's not what I like to see.
Mm.
Alrighty.
This dies, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's for 7. It
Yeah.
does die. Yeah. It doesn't look at base power, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what the current power is. This one's interesting. I think I actually... No. So my options here,
Yeah.
I'll end with the Springboard and Arsenal, but not have go again on this.
Yeah.
Or, so that would be Breaking Potion.
Yeah.
Or pitch this. And then that makes you block it out, because otherwise you start getting pinged, I think.
Like, I don't mind a double blocking here, though, right? That's what.
Because I'm on 1.
You're on
yeah.
1, so I'm fine holding a blue and a 4 attack.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is...
The 4 attack's why I was thinking of arsenaling this.
Because say I double block this, it's either for 5 or for 6 if I'm double blocking here. So if I double block the Herald...
Yeah.
You're
How much does the 1 ping matter?
If I'm blocking for 5, I go to 3, and you ping me twice, and I go to 1.
Well,
right? If I'm
yeah.
blocking for 5, but it's whether you're putting me on having no 3 blocks in hand.
So I think I'm gonna crack Potion and
Yeah.
Herald Protection.
Yeah,
I don't know what's the right line there.
I think it might be...
Because this has to be fully blocked out for that line to be bad. No. If it doesn't get fully blocked out, it's slightly worse because you don't get the 1 ping.
Yeah. Oh, it's... Yeah.
I know, it's like, do you want an energy potion or a 4 block in play?
Yeah.
Or put
I
you to
think it's
1.
probably a 4 block. I think a good consideration as well is probably looking through graveyard and seeing how many blues, like blue combo cards I've got in there, right? To see if I probably likely have a 2 block. Fortunately for you, I do.
So I get my shield, which is actually very nice to block a Kadachi.
So I'm just considering, yeah, so I think I still have to hold 2 cards here.
Oh, sorry, that's insult.
Rather than Darchi and have nothing to follow up with.
Right, because then you get double blocked.
Then
It's
you
kind
throw,
of the same.
Then you throw a springboard in front of it, right?
Yeah, it depends on what I
Well,
draw, I guess.
Because my hand here is just going Darchi for 1.
Yeah, so we eat that with the Spectral. Then we have to block this one.
Yeah. And it is 4 here.
So we block 4.
Yeah.
And what's my turn?
So I'm not sure because I got potion and then 2 blocks and a 3 block.
Right.
I think it's it is pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that if that extra Darchi, right? That Spectral Shield is 1 extra health.
Yeah. This one, again, it's a very hard decision. So I'll come with Command and Conquer. Oh, actually, won't have go again. So here we might have to make the Spectral first.
Yeah.
And we'll come in with 1, which is always going to be taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to Command and Conquer. There's another argument to arsenaling this, but I think this doing double duty of getting you for 1 and blocking 1 Kadachi
exactly.
will matter a lot for me.
Yo, it would be dope if I had a
Like 3 defense reactions. Yeah.
like a 3 block as well would be nice.
Oh yeah.
Just so I don't go to 1. But it's still just same. So I'm getting... If I go to 1, I'm getting 2 cards from hand next turn, I believe.
Yep.
So I think that is,
sorry,
I'm
let's see.
taking 1 here.
Yep. Alright, let's see what's happening. Well, take that one.
Yeah, another Darchi. Guess what's coming after the Darchi at 4?
Well, luckily for us, we drew the 4 block.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can sink one of those. Actually, I should keep the protection there, the Triumph there. It's
Yep.
slightly better, because that way you can't blow it. You can't blow it up,
Yeah.
and the on-hit's not going to matter. So I'm going to get rid of the protection,
Yeah.
which is probably not a decision I'd make at any other point in the game. But when we're both on 1, not being able to get a single card block here matters a lot. So him having 2 3 blocks here probably means I lose.
Yeah.
Because now I get 3 cards,
Yeah.
probably 4.
So I'm very
Yes,
happy.
the slow bleed.
I'm very, very happy with that. Finally drawing the 3 blocks over there, and that's just...
That was a turn too late.
Yeah, that's rough.
Double soul shield. Good game, Calum.
Game. Definitely
See, a very interesting matchup.
interesting
There's
matchup.
a lot of decisions to be made there from both sides.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Definitely think there should be Goliath Gauntlet.
Yeah. I think so, sure.
Just find a random cut for me to make.
I think if they're running, if the ninja's plan has like 6 power cards, like a Command and Conquer or something in the list, right? They tend to be slightly more mid-rangey.
Yeah.
In which case, they're more likely to have slightly off turns when they're not stripping more cards from hand, which I think maybe makes the Goliath Gauntlet better, right? But it's definitely interesting for sure. It's not as like, first saw Prism on paper, and I read Phantasm and read Luminar, so I'm like, oh wow, this just seems on paper, right? It just seems like a doomed matchup. It seems like I just auto lose, but then you realize,
you actually just do enough damage.
Yeah.
And the thing about Prism is it doesn't function very well off 1 and 3 card hands. Like, it plays off multiples of 2 a lot, right? Like 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Unless you have library going, and then...
I'm just thinking, just got to think about whether a card like Flick Flack, which does turn on my Dark Cheese, I can discard it, and then having Breaking Scales Flick Flack up for an erudition.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's relevant or not. Because it feels like it is like a big tempo swing, right? It's like, do you draw the erudition first, or am I drawing my Art of War or Plunder on?
Yeah, and Pummel's another interesting one. Getting cards out is very strong, but again, it's like, it's the same dilemma, right? You have to have 4 cards to do it, or the energy potion in play.
At points, like how much of it is, I guess, getting enough value, or is it just becoming a win more card, right?
Yeah, you always have to be aware of how much damage you're taking back from Ninja, right? When you're trying to keep these hands that do cool things. It's like, when Ninja actually just threatens 20 damage every turn, you decide not to block them.
Yeah.
So...
Especially with Snapdragons up, probably the scariest part in Aggro Ninja, right?
Yeah.
Just having the ability to shortcut a combo piece.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so that was our demonstration of Prism versus Katsu, which is quite a fun matchup as it turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't forget to tune into the Art of War podcast, which Calum, I believe, will be jumping on at some point soon.
I'm now becoming the mainstay.
Yeah.
Which will be a good time.
Yeah, it should be great to listen to, actually. Hopefully I can jump on there as a guest at some point.
We'll get you on. We'll just get me and you on. We'll kick off down and next.
The rival podcast.
The rival podcast.
But we should be coming out with more of these. And as always, deck lists will be in the description.
Yep.
And they're not fully tuned deck lists. You can always make them better.
Yep.
And I'm sure these cards we've missed.
For sure. Like the little minimalism is definitely something I want to try.
But yeah, thanks for watching.
Sure. Thank you a lot.